So you acknowledge me as your daughter, not
Yes.
your son.
Yes. Yes,
you
I
have
do.
2 daughters.
Yes,
not
I do.
One, 2.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, man. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. So, I want to talk about something I seen on a TikTok, or not TikTok, but a Facebook reel. And I just got a lot to say about this. So I'm gonna get into it real quick, and then I'm gonna let them talk, and then I'm gonna say how I feel about it.
Do you accept Ariana as your daughter?
Yeah, I do. She could be a dinosaur, whatever. That's my child. That's mine. Yeah, I do.
Can you tell her that?
I done did it already. I accept it.
So you acknowledge me as your daughter, not
Yes.
your son.
Yes. Yes,
you
I
have
do.
2 daughters.
Yes,
not
I do.
1, 2.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the first time you're hearing this?
Yeah. According to my mother, you're still acknowledging me as your son. So, I mean, I don't know what you do behind my back, but why you saying that to my face?
So you don't believe it when he says
that? I'm not going to say I do, and I'm not going to say I don't. As we sit right here, he said he acknowledges it, so I'm not going to call him a liar. I'm not going to say, no, you don't. Like, he said what he said. Stand on it.
Whatever. That's got to be a traumatic experience for a man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All these years, your child was a boy. And then your child becomes another gender. And then your child wants you to accept that. And the way it's presented is if they're holding his feet to the fire because he don't accept it. You can see how uncomfortable that man is. He's only saying that because he don't want to look bad on camera. Listen, let me explain something to y'all. I'll be the most hated because I am not accepting that. No. Yeah, that's my child, but I don't accept that. If my child was a serial rapist and somehow this became a thing and I have to accept that, no, I'm not accepting that. I'm sorry. I'm not. I know it might make people upset, but I'm not. But I'm telling you, you can look at his face and see that he's very uncomfortable. He's very uncomfortable. And why would you want to put your parents through something like that? That just goes to show you how selfish these people are. If your dad don't accept it, you should understand that your dad don't accept it because your dad is not used to something like that. So you should say, hey, listen, I'm not going to put that on my dad or my mom because I already know that they were raised different from me. They don't have to accept it. I'm cool with them not accepting it because they were raised different. But for some reason, you want someone to give you fake love. Oh, just love me for who I am. Well, it's goddamn fucking hard to love you that way when we don't see you that way. You can't all of a sudden magically make me love you the same way that I did when you were a boy. And then at the same time, you're telling people to be who they want, be who they are. It's either one or two things. Either you're going to be who you are or be who you want to be. But you can't be both. That's it. And if you're telling me, I'm saying from the person looking from the outside in, you got to be one or the other. Whatever you want to do, but you can't drag me into it. This is disgusting. And for the host to say, "Oh, you did tell her," like hawking them down about it. I'd have been like, "No, I'm not accepting that. I don't care how many of y'all boo. No, I'm not accepting that. This is my son. He's dressed like a girl. If you don't want to talk to me no more because that's the case, that's fine. But things change. But it's crazy to me how this whole thing plays out. This thing is crazy to me. It's crazy how this society we live in. And it's like, I remember before, people had to gain acceptance. Now you gotta force people to accept you now. Now it's like, well, I'm who I am, so you have to accept me, because if you don't, then everybody's gonna cancel you. Like, oh God, get out of here. Absolutely no. I'm sorry, no. You could be whatever you want to be, just don't be it around me.